All right, we live. Shalom, shalom. We're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Shalom, Barakatham, unto the hopeful elect. All right, double honesty, the apostle knows a great millstone. And we're going to get into a quick lesson touching on these judgments that's going out. And, various topics. There's a few things we could touch on, but we see how the Spirit takes it. So we're going to start off with this article right here. It says, mom stabbed children. Matter of fact, let me just check the audio, make sure it's coming in. Yep, all right, it sounds good.
Yeah, we 12. Yeah.
Yep, we good. So, all right, so let's get it. It says here, this is news out of New Orleans. Mom stabs young children, killing daughter in battle. All right, this just happened like within the last few days, I believe. So it says here, 2 young children were in their home by their own mother on Sunday in New Orleans. The incident took place at about 11 a.m. time at a home in the Florida area neighborhood, according to police. The woman, 31-year-old Janae Pedesclo, stabbed the 2 children, a 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy, killing the older child and severely injuring the other. While police were initially vague about the relationship between the suspect and the victims, telling the WVUE that the situation was guardian in danger, the department on Monday confirmed to Newsweek that Pedesclo is the mother of the 2 children. She faces charges of second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and second-degree cruelty to a juvenile. Yep. It says, I'm going to read a little bit. Court documents obtained by NOLA.com show that Pedesclo had been involved in a custody battle with the father of the 2 children, Jermaine Roberts. Roberts sued Pedesclo in April for custody. She was not allowed to see the children, was not stable, or providing a healthy environment for the kids. WBRZ a hearing was to be held this month. All right, and a long situation was posted a video to her Instagram account. In the video, it would appear to be a blood-stained tank top. She tearfully addressed the camera and made remarks about her children. The video has since been deleted. Multiple local outlets were able to remove the content. I'm dying, reportedly said in the video. My children is dead. My children, she said, I'm done with life. All Jermaine's. So the nerve of the bitch, after she does something heinous, despicable, murders her own child and gravely injures the other, she still has to blame it on the men. Okay, women despise accountability, and if a brother could get that in Job 39 about the ostrich.
Said Job 39.
Yeah, I think we lost Shamyar. Let me see.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you here? Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, you good. Yeah, so this is just an example of the curses, man.
I had that actually.
Yep.
If you want.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring this up first. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. As a matter of fact, that's a little bit more on that.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 57, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children shall she bear, for she shall eat them for the one of all things secretly in the siege, and straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates.
Yep. So you really go into a little more into the particular situation. Still blame Esau because she was on some kind of prescription pills, and I'm sure that aggravated whatever demon was on her. It's both. It's just basically Eve and the serpent gone mad. Why did the courts not take the children away from her? When you go into her history, she had a long criminal history going back like 10 years ago. All right, theft, damaging property, all types of whacked out shit. But yet she was still allowed to stay with these children. You see, so the system, which is this beast system, all right, us brothers over here in Babylon the Great, all right, and there's brothers everywhere, mainly Babylon the Great. This system is created to destroy Israelite family structure and destroy our people, period. So let me see if there's any more on this.
And Salakia, if I may say real quick, it's unbalanced because let that have been a man, they would have strung up the man, put him in jail, all that. But when it's Eve, it's a woman, she's given a free pass to do what she wants. Because they know that the man brings order to the family. He's going to stop all that immediately, at least a man in his right mind. But Eve is just, scripture says she's like you know how it goes, she wipeth them out and said she done no evil. So to her, it's like, what did I do? And Esau knows how to manipulate and use that to where it's like our family structure will be destroyed.
On point, brother. On point. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They know how to play off the weakness of these women, because these women are quick to sell us out, quick to make us enemies. And the article said that she wasn't even allowing the father to see the children. And then it also mentioned that he had moved on. He with another woman, so then the demons get more so on her. And when you look on the video, she wasn't a bad looking woman, but it's some woman that be looking good. Them bitches got the worst demons on them.
That's right.
Straight up. So we're going to jump into this next, unless y'all had any other. Matter of fact, you could grab that Job 39.
Okay. Oh, is it 39:17?
Yeah, the one about the ostrich.
Oh, I'm trying to find that.
I believe it's 39, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
yeah, I think it's 13.
Job 39:13.
Yep.
Okay, I got you. Want me to read it?
All
right. This is Job chapter 39, verse 13. Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them.
Yep.
Want me to continue?
Yeah. A couple more verses down.
Okay, come on. Verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Verse 17. Because the heavenly Father had deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted unto her understanding.
That's right. She's hardened against her young ones. That's a clear, and this is like a worst case scenario, but our women in general, they're hardened against their young ones, because when they look at the children, they see the father in them. They see the father in the children, so they'll look and they'll begin to say like, well, you're just like him, you're of him, so they begin to hate them. And I've actually heard women say that before.
Me too.
Women that have children, or they might have a child, and they'll get mad like, you look like your father today. I'm mad at you just cuz.
Right. I even seen women treat one child different fathers, right? Yeah. The one that they love, they treat the child like gold, and then the father that it didn't work out with, that they hate, they treat that child and dress him and treat him like crap.
Yep. Straight up. And they play those favoritism games because they despised the man because he wasn't sticking around for her bullshit. And that's why it's wise to, be very aware of who we put a seat in as Israelite men, because we already know the system is set up to destroy us. This Edomite supremacy system, which is satanic, is set up to destroy us. So we got to be very cautious with where we plant our seed, and the scriptures say it's best not to even have one, in this hell, because it doesn't belong to us. Our women, anything that we have in this life, and this is a leased, rented life. None of it do we own,
God precept. This Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. So the Lord is using animals as a comparison to, the women of our nation and how they are towards not only the children, but their men as well. They're just careless with the care of the children. I did a video say, the scripture that say, he have care for his beasts. But when you when you look at that in the light of the woman, how Esau treat animals, how they deal with nature. The women is a certain same way when it comes to dealing with their children. They have no care for their young ones. They have no care for what the Lord created, which came out of them. But they always say, I created you, I gave you life. But even the woman I think it's in the Apocrypha where I think it was the Maccabees' mother or something, like I didn't the Lord formed you in my belly. I didn't create you, the Lord did. I can't remember where that scripture's at, but
yeah.
I got it for you, if anything.
Second Maccabees 7.
Yeah, I got it for you, if anything.
Yeah, come.
All right.
I'll read this one. Salaki, go ahead, brother. I had the one that the brother had mentioned before, but you go ahead, brother.
All right. This is Second Maccabees chapter 7, and I'll just get to the point. Verse 22. This is the mother speaking. She says, I cannot tell how you came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
And it's yet another woman giving the example, like King Lemuel's mother, giving the example and giving reverence, or giving not credit, but showing you that, hey man, it's not my show. I didn't give you life. It's the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that did. Even King Lemuel's mother said, "Give not thy strength to woman, which destroyeth kings." So sometimes you could give some of these women a child, and you giving your strength to that woman because you really don't know what type of person she is. You'll really find out a woman's true nature. I can't say yeah or no, but I don't have any kids, but you could definitely probably find out who they really are when you see them, how they raise your child or how they treat the children that they may already have.
Mm-hmm. Straight up. That determines a whole lot. That's like a huge portion of it. She has to honor you, but one of the best forms of honoring you is taking care of your seeds.
Yep.
But it was a precept that you had mentioned before. I'm gonna grab it for you real quick, unless there was more on that.
No, that was it.
Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Yeah, man. So, I was relating that into reference of the women, how Esau, have no care for the none of the Lord's creation. So of them being the women, I'm speaking of being of their father, the devil, they doing pretty much the same as Esau would, but to their own children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got one for you too, referencing that. John 8 and 44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him."
So, and just like this article you just brought out, it's another video I saw today But this was a man, this was a man that had like kind of a beef with his kid's mother or whatever, and I think he successfully killed his daughter. And then, like, he was crying out, like, "Here I am, Grace. I told my son I'm gonna murder his ass." You know what I mean? It was a hard video to watch, but it just showed you not only the women, but these men taking on the characteristics, being raised by these women, effeminate. They performing the same acts that these women are capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they got it from their daddy, the devil.
That's right. Hey, is that article you brought out? Is that the one where the woman was crying on video with the blood?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the one. And she was like, "Jermaine made me do this. It's Jermaine's fault."
No accountability.
No accountability. You literally have blood on your hands. You have blood on your chest and on your hands, and you still won't repent or admit you're wrong. You're just trying to put it off to somebody else.
Hey, they remind you of "Am I my brother's keeper?" What Cain said to the Most High.
Right. Thou shalt not kill, and she'll be probably a whole Christian bitch, I bet.
Yeah, thou shalt not murder.
He came across us on the highways. Yeah, exactly. That's what it really means, is thou shalt not murder, because there is a righteous kill in the scripture. When we killed the Canaanites, it was righteous because they were worthy of death. But these women, man, if she came across us on the highway, she would have scoffed. It ain't the love of Jesus. But here you are, you killed your own children.
Right.
But if y'all want, we could go on to the next article, which the brother Shamyar had called for. I'm gonna go right into it. It says a 9-year-old boy shot 15-year-old girl to death on her dad's porch. Baltimore police say. Let me see if I could just play the video. So it's some bullshit. Salakia. I'll read the bottom here. Homicide detectives have determined that a 9-year-old boy was involved in the shooting that killed a 15-year-old girl in the Edmondson Village neighborhood of Baltimore on Saturday, CBS Baltimore reports. Yep.
Well, if the news reported it being an accident, but a statement from, I think, one of the parents said that the little boy was in a fight with the girl, 15-year-old's brother, on the playground earlier that day, and the gun was registered, I think, to the kid's mother. So the kid took the gun, went to approach the little boy, and then the little boy's sister was on the porch, was like, "I'm not letting you fight my brother." So he took the gun and aimed it at her and shot her. And they so far they're not charging him at all. They said it was a mistake initially.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I'm gonna just play the video and see what Jake, because Jake's reaction is always confusion. Oh, yeah, this is a tragedy. I don't know. This is sad.
Yep.
Our people are lost, man.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsey Krishner. Thanks for joining us on WJP and streaming on CBS. Police have now confirmed that victim, Nykaela Slaughter, was 15 years old, and the suspected shooter, a 9-year-old boy. We've also learned that the gun used in the shooting is registered to a woman related to that 9-year-old. And WJP is live tonight. Annie Rose Ramos joins us at the scene of the shooting. And Annie Rose, you spoke to her father tonight. What did he have to say?
Well, Kelsey, we're learning a lot more about what happened here at 600 Leonard Street last night, where 15-year-old Nykaela Slaughter was shot and killed right outside of her home. Police tell us that gun was accidentally discharged. As her father says, he'll never be the same. Tonight, a grief-stricken father coming to grips with the death of his daughter.
It's not going to be the same without my daughter. We will never be the same without her.
Dante Jones says he was upstairs at home with his wife and other children when he heard sounds coming
coming from his front porch Saturday evening.
We heard like a loud muffling sound. We couldn't really tell if it was a gunshot.
Coming downstairs to find his 15-year-old daughter, Michaela Straughter, bleeding.
From my head, actually from the back of her head. And I couldn't really tell because there was so much blood everywhere, and I was so excitedly upset because of what was happening to my child.
Officers arrived, found the victim on a porch right behind me. Minor female victim.
Police IDing the shooter as a 9-year-old boy, who they say was playing with a loaded handgun when it accidentally discharged.
Minors were on the porch. Gun was present. At some point, that gun was discharged.
The 9-year-old child dropping the gun and fleeing the scene. Police say the gun belongs to the 9-year-old child's relative, who is an armed security guard.
We are at multiple scenes trying to gather as many witnesses and as much information as we can.
Now, Michaela's father, Dante, has a message for his daughter's shooter.
But what I do want him to know is that he took my child from us. He took the very precious angel away from the world.
Yeah, the fact that Jake even has access to like firearms like that, the fact that they're so irresponsible to just have that shit laying around is like, come on now. But ultimately, we know it's the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Actually, I have a precept.
Come on, bring it out, huh?
And this just shows you that we're the Israelites. So when people try to sit there and say, how could you sit there and say that you're the Israelites? Well, look at the curses that the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28 chapter from verses 15 to 68. And who do you see? Like we just showed you, like it's Jake. The previous one was what? An Israelite woman. You just seen an Israelite father have his daughter, Israelite daughter, get shot in the head. I'm pretty sure it was an Israelite young man. They say it was like 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was him. So who else does it? Because even Esau shows you in his movies what he's always depicting us as doing drive-by shootings. I was recently watching like a Baby Boy. They don't have Edomites there. They don't have Chinese people doing. Who do you have depicted in the movies? That who do you put in the movies to depict that? Us, because it's us doing that stuff. But then now when we sit there and say, "Oh, that's us," we fit that. Nah, that ain't y'all. Nah. So then who is it then? Because the people that live in the land, they ain't doing that. And scriptures say that the curses these shall follow you wherever you go.
That's right.
So I'm gonna jump here in this chapter, but this is Daniel chapter 9. And this is when Daniel prayed to the Heavenly Father. Daniel chapter 9 verse 4. And I prayed unto the Lord my power, and made confession, and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him, and to them that keep his commandments. We, not the whole world, we have sinned and committed iniquity, and have done wickedly, and have rebelled even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgment. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, to all the people of the land. So this is why all these curses fell upon Israel, because of our iniquity. Because when the Lord sent out the prophets, what? We turned them away. We didn't want to hear anything. Like I think that's Amos. It says they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. They don't want to hear anything like that. Now I'm gonna jump to verse 11. Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. It says, Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Heavenly Father, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven had not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. So you're not seeing this being done upon anybody else but our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and those that may not look like us, but those curses fit you as well. You're not seeing these curses upon, you don't really see this happening to so-called white people or so-called Chinese or Arabs or whoever. You're only seeing it happen to us. Why is that? Because these curses fit us. These curses are applied to us. Like I said, it's poured upon us. Like if you ever pour like I do it, but like you pour syrup on your pancakes and it just comes out all and it's all lathery all up. That's how the Lord poured the curses upon. It's just like he just smothered us in the curses. And it's like you can't refute that these curses fit us. We just saw what we just brought out the precept with the Israelite woman that was evil, had an evil eye towards her husband and the kids. Didn't even care, just blaming the husband. Now what? You have this 9-year-old kid shot a young Israelite woman. The father's all like, I don't even know what to say. I'm all confused because what? It's the curse that's upon our people. You don't have when you read, I think it's like Job. I forgot where it is, but maybe it's like Job, the 22nd chapter. It goes into how these other nations, specifically Esau, they live their life in bliss. Their kids is fine. They making money. They're good. It's only us that goes through this stuff. So you see in a clear distinction between what? Us and them. That's how you would know who's the Israelites and who's not.
Straight up. Beautiful. I got
that to back you up. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, brother.
To back you up what you just said, Shalimar, the Psalms 73 and I'm gonna start at 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Now, Salaki, when you go into that word bands, I think it's like they're healthy. Now, if you look at Edomites compared to our people, yeah, you do have some of our people that are in shape, but really look at as a whole, our people is overweight, especially our women overweight, love handles, all this, eating all this abominable foods that we're not supposed to eat. But when you look at the Edomite women, they're skinny, they're in shape. Now, yeah, they may eat, the unrighteous foods as well, but still they're in shape. They got themselves together. They don't, they look presentable. Unlike our women, you look at when they walk out through the streets, look like fucking whales. I'm just being honest. I don't mean to be disrespectful. It's the truth. And they're all proud and all this. But you look at the Edomite women or these other women these women of the other nation, they're shamefaced. They're scared to look at you. They kind of have their head down. They smile at you. You ever look at our women? They look at you like a nigga. That's like, what you looking at, nigga?
Yeah, they look at you like they want to square up with.
Yeah.
You don't see the Edomite or the Moabite or the Hamite woman outside with hair bonnets on and slippers and pajamas like they just rolled out of bed and they in a supermarket or in a damn mall with big room clothes on and hair bonnet.
No.
That shit is unbelievable. Our women are straight up, they'll square up with you.
Yeah, they will.
Scrap. Over some small shit. You just look at them. What you looking at? Because they're miserable,
Hey, you know what else tripped? Like, and this goes for all women that I see as police or law enforcement. But you just see how awkward that look, a woman police officer or a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Only in this country could you see something. You got to shout them up.
No, it's my bad. Did you see that video that I'm thinking about? Where it was like some police officer and they was like hyping her up, saying, yo, look at her or something like that. Is that the video you're talking about, maybe?
No, not as I was just speaking in general of when you see like women police is like, yo, why are they only here when you see a woman in a position of authority like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was gonna say there was a video I see on Instagram where this a woman police and she was mad, small and everything. And these dudes was like, recording her saying hyper. He was like, take me to jail, basically. And she couldn't even do her job. She was smiling. She's like, stop. Like, and she had to walk away. But it's like, hold on, you the police? Where you going? But a woman in that position, you start hyping up, she can't handle it. She's not going to think about, what her job is. And she was talking to some old lady or whatever. And they just start hyping her like, it would sound like a Jake dude. He's like, take me to jail right now, baby. Take me to jail. And she's like,
oh, shit.
Like, come on. But that's who's going to protect you?
Yeah. Yep. And these the same women, all right, that you're in a relationship with them, they square up with. They usurp authority over you as well.
Mm-hmm. Dyke Tyson bitches out here, man.
Butchwick Bills.
Straight up, because if you're in those positions of, and I notice a lot of those women that be in them positions of like male power, whether it be a judge, a police officer, or a so-called soldier. Ain't no female soldiers though. That's straight nonsense. They're always inclined to be into that sodomite lifestyle too. Wickedness begets more wickedness. I think we lost a brother. Sean,
oh, excuse me.
We'll get him back. But I got a precept going into that too. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
So these women, they joined that whole women's rights movement, and then eventually they power, they surpass the man. So now you get what you got according to relationships or how we interact with our women amongst our nation. You know, they got authority over us. So now it is like they taking on the role of a man. You see men with the baby carrier. You know how the baby, you put that thing on and the baby be in a little thing up on their chest like they breastfeed them or something. Or you'll see a man pushing a stroller and a woman walking in the front, man. But you look at other nations' women, the man will be in front and a woman be trailing behind them. You know, what they say, you can tell the state of a nation's people by their women, the order that their women are in.
Mm-hmm. I got another one for you.
Come.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. But shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Yep.
You got that.
Hey, they turn things upside down. That's what we're going into now. A man becoming effeminate, becoming faithless, because that's what the word feminine means. Femina minus faith. And then you have women that want to be real burly and try to fulfill rules of strength. That doesn't make sense because they're the weaker vessel, you know. And really, who's responsible for it? It all goes back to Esau, Edom. You know, now we give our people the blame and we call them out as it goes. All right, but there's a system that's been set up in place. All right, for our people to go off. For our people to go off.
My bad.
No, go ahead, brother. You got it.
I used to work with one of those women portraying the role of a man, and she used to wear her strap on all day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again. What?
I used to work with a Dyke Tyson, and it was a known fact. Like she would even show it, say she walked around with her strap on all day.
Bun this place. Bun it. Bun it.
Bun with fire.
Yeah. Yep.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, honestly, I did need you to say that a second time. Like, the first time it didn't register. I'm like, what? And then the second time, I'm like calculating, like, wow. So she walked around with this shit with a plastic rod in her pants just so she felt like she was a man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's penis envy. They have that shit, you know?
And that's one of the, I think it might have been Elder Malcolm that was saying that, but the main problem with these women like that is that, and the main problem with the women, period, for the most part, that masculine energy has come from them, penis envy and the fact that they want a penis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're jealous that they don't have one, you know?
Yeah.
They're jealous that because a man can operate a certain way, you know? Like when King David said, right, he wanted everyone that pisseth against the wall dead, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was talking about the men because only a man can piss against the wall. A woman can't do that.
Yo, I seen one of those women arguing with a dude grabbing her crotch.
Damn.
Yep. Their new Messiah is Brittany Griner, that the WNBA player. That's like their Messiah.
Yeah.
You know, that's like their rallying cry to be a dyke. You know.
Yeah. I don't know if it's true, but I heard Russia wants proof that it's a woman.
Wow.
But you know what? You're not wrong for saying that, because I think it was last week on my way to camp, I seen some big thing come out the train, and I couldn't tell if it was a man or woman. And I was honestly confused. And it's like, how do you live in society where you can't tell? That's why the Lord made us the way we are, broad shoulders, you know, the chest stick out. The women have the curves, the long hair, so you can tell the difference between the sexes. It's not just for looks. It's so you can tell the difference between the sexes. But now it's like some women have the body of a man. It's like, but then It's confusing. It's confusing.
Women, they taking, I don't know what they taking, but they got beards now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them getting them, like they got the lace fronts. They got the lace front beards now.
Beard fronts.
They have a pageant. I can't remember what it was, a World Star video a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
But they got a pageant where they judge to see who's the most masculine Dyke Tyson. Like they came out the walkway like a regular event, like the beauty pageant or whatever, but they all was like bearded, and some of them had their breasts removed and got chests. And it's Babylon, man.
Right. Yeah, as the days goes on, we really fully realize why this place is called Babylon, why it's called the land of confusion. These people are, hey, that's why Yahweh Shai mentioned one of the signs of the end would be perplexity. Perplexity is like people don't know what to make of simple, basic stuff. They don't know what to make of it, and they try to put the gender confusion on children.
Yeah.
But that's what it goes back to. Women wanting to be manly, women wanting to fulfill the role of authority, which they're not meant to, you know? And that's what Esau back in, the serpent, which is going back to Esau, came to with Eve. Like you don't have to do it that way that the Most High is telling you. You could do it a whole different way. There's a whole different way that you can be in. You don't have to, and here we are, But the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai is almost over, man.
That's right.
At the end of this kingdom.
I got a precept for you since you said that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Psalm 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So what led to men and women being, separate and all this stuff? It started with breaking up the foundation, which is the husband. Because the husband, I believe it says that in Sirach when you go through like the 3rd chapter, like maybe like from the 1st to like about the 10th verse, it talks about how the father establishes the house. Yeah. But since with the curses, the Planned Parenthood and all that, kicking the man out the house, they broke up the foundation and kicking the man out. So now what? You don't have a foundation because the woman isn't the foundation. Remember, it was Adam and Eve was a helpmeet unto him. She was to join unto him. Right. But Adam was what? The foundation, not the woman. So when you remove the foundation, now you have what? Just a rickety ass house that's ready to fall at any time. And that's how women act. They're like Apostle Gabar says, women are fickle. They're just there. They're just unstable, like you said.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They could flip on you at any moment. That's why we can't, even if you have a woman that's in order, you always got to move wisely because she could always flip. It doesn't take much for a demon, Satan to jump on her and for her to just come against you,
Right.
And also another thing that I had thought of was what was I about to say? Shit. Yeah, it just left me. Shit, but it's all good. Yeah, could you read that again, Baba Kushab, bro? Because that was a heavy.
Okay, my bad. I got you. Psalm 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yeah, all the foundations of the earth are out of course. So everything that is meant to be natural, things that come naturally to people. And I got, especially, you know what it is? It's the cutoff of the generations because every generation it gets more wicked. So women that's like from like the 70s, 80s, they more so like understand like fuck feminism. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them at least, even though they're not right themselves, but they like fuck feminism. I don't want to, take out trash and do things that men do. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do all that shit. But then these dumb, simple bitches coming up, they think that that's where it's at. But when the time of Jacob's trouble drops, they're going to find out that being a hardcore Dyke Tyson, being a manly bitch, that's not going to get you nowhere. That's going to lead you into destruction, And
think about it, like think about construction. Like, where's the manly bitches handling the jackhammer or handling the heavy equipment? You always see them holding the flags, flagging or directing traffic. They want to be equal so much. Why aren't you taking on the so-called dirty jobs or the hard jobs?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Men in truth built this whole entire planet.
Yeah.
Whether it be heathens, even Esau, it was still men that are running that rulership, you know.
Yep.
So they have everything that they had, they have to thank men for it, but you know, everything's been turned upside down, like we were saying, you know, everything's been turned and flipped, that inversion. When you go into the it was one of these shows, I think it was The Sandman, I was watching on Netflix. Just came
Yeah, I
out.
wanted to check that out.
Yeah, the show was pretty dope. So basically, they had like the pentagram. Like at one point, he had to go down to hell, and then they had the pentagram. When you look at the pentagram, the way that they put it, it's a 5-pointed star, and the 5-pointed star represents men, but then they flip it upside down. So it represents men being flipped upside down, and just the natural order of things in general being flipped upside down. You know, spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, that was it on that. Y'all brothers got any more precepts?
Uh,
on me.
I had another one real quick. Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Yep.
Hey, it shows you like kind of an example in the road. You know, when shit got thick, shit got serious, the woman abandoned. She abandoned ship. She gave up. You know, she went out and gave herself and became a prey to the wolves, man. And that's going to happen in Jacob's trouble. A lot of these women, you know, especially these proud ones, these in that day, those Dyke Tyson's going to be in trouble because you got to remember, you're still a woman. So when all bets are off, hey, you're going to be the prey. And then at that time, you're going to be so filthy and stinky, you're only going to be able to be used for barter. Like, hey, go with him and let me get that bag of beans or rice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A man of the Lord ain't going to want none of these wicked women, you know?
Yep. They're going to be a trading piece in that day, you know?
Yeah.
For sex, whether it be for, all right, you're going to be a slave to somebody, you know, you're going to be somebody's servant. So it's better to be a servant to a righteous man now, or, you know, a brother that's striving to be righteous to the best of his ability. It's better to do that now willingly, or you're going to be forced to when the time of Jacob's trouble comes.
Yeah, because that 7 women clinging hold to one man, it's not going to be a wicked ass woman that's going to that a man of the Lord going to take in and take away their reproach. It's going to be a woman that's halfway decent, that's at least, you know what I mean, repenting or trying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine a Dyke Tyson being, you know what I mean, clinging hold to a woman getting beamed up.
But I was actually gonna say something. But you see that example now with women, because what women don't want what they call like the good guy or like the regular dude. They go after these guys that have all this status, you know, Future, those type of guys. But then, like you said, that's the wolves. That's the ones that don't give a fuck about you, will fuck you, leave you, just want you for your body, look at you like a piece of meat, and it's like on your way. But the guy that just has a regular job, the 9 to 5, and if you just work with him and stay with him, you'll have what? Stability. You'll have what? A roof over your head. You'll have kids like you want. He'll take care of you. He'll lead you. He'll guide you. You can have all of these things that you want in a guy that's regular. He doesn't have to be that flashy thing. All that flashiness is for is just to appeal to your eyes. But all it does is it looks good. But he's not really like that. Like, people say that about Future. Future talks about drinking lean and Percocets. He don't do that shit.
Hey, look at Young Jeezy. He said trap or die, but his son, you know what I mean, go to private school and college. You know what I'm saying? And these women want these men that when she wrapping her hair up and all that, he in the mirror wrapping it, you know, putting his hair up in a bun too, man.
So I seen something on YouTube the other day. These women, one woman was calling women out. She's like, hold on. So you want to tell me you listen to Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Beyonce, Rihanna, all these chicks that tell you, you know, the single lady shit, the trapper nigga, you know, fuck niggas, you don't need them. But Cardi B has a dude. Beyonce has a dude. Rihanna has a dude. Meg Thee Stallion, she had somebody or whatever. So all these women that's telling you to forget your men, they all have somebody.
Yeah.
You're listening to them to say forget men, but they have a man. They have a ring over their finger. They're married. But they're telling you to forget men. But they have a man though.
Yeah, how does that work?
The trap. The straight up trap.
Yeah.
I forget which one of it was. One of these female rappers. She raps about being a straight hoe, about hoe culture, all that. And
Oh,
then
that's
they have a video of her with her husband and her kids. Like, yeah, that ain't for me. That's for you fucking idiots out there to listen to.
yeah. I think that's
They
that girl,
telling you.
Sukiana or some shit.
Oh, it was her.
It might have been her. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
one of them hoes. You know, they're not important. But yeah, it's just a point of they'll be leading you in that direction, but they themselves wouldn't do it. You know?
Yeah. Like Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean, but then Offset showed a video of her cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, he was like, she cook, she clean, she do all that shit, she
Do
frying.
all that shit. Right.
But you at home having a difficult ass life when you could have things. You could have that man, you could have that family, but you want to be difficult and listen to these women who teach you to be difficult, but they ain't difficult. Look at Beyonce and all that stuff that her and Jay-Z went through, but they still together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
But you want to be difficult. You want to be, as they say, that bitch. But they ain't like that.
Bad bitch.
Yep. Hey, she that is mine enemy. Shame shall cover her. They're gonna be that bad bitch on IG with the big booty and the BBL. She gonna be face first in the mire, in the mud. That bitch ain't gonna be looking bad in Jacob's trouble. Because all that outwardly flashy, like the brother was saying, the flashy shit, that's all outwardly vain bullshit. You know, and that time is gonna be, what can you bring to the table? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you sew? Can you tend to children? Are you a good caretaker? Can you take care of a family? Or can you serve your husband? Like, these are all the factors that's going to matter. You know, and if you happen to look good, then that's just icing on the cake. But mostly we're going to be looking for them key factors, you know?
Yep. Preset.
Go ahead, Al.
Oh, can I say something quick? I was going to say, pretty much a woman that has a willing mind to do that as well. You know, because it starts with the mind of you willing to want to serve your man, be submissive, wanting to, take care of the kids and things like that. Understand that this is how a family structure is ordered. This is how things are supposed to be. It's not like how it is now, where it's like just reckless, whatever. Like, that one time at camp, I was saying, like, this is like how I like to look at men and women is like, really, you have males and females, just people that know how to reproduce, just have sex. You don't actually have, well, some, I don't want to say everybody now, but you don't really have in our society husbands and fathers. You have just males that just go around and fuck. You have women that just open up their legs, just a female, but she's not actually a mother and a woman, because you actually have to, show these examples of being a father and a husband and being a mother and a woman and a wife. It's not just, oh, I'm a woman because I have a pussy. No, being a woman is like you, like the word woman means, a servant, being submissive unto your husband. Oh, because I have a pussy, that means I'm a woman. No, a woman is a servant to her man. A husband is, I think that goes back to like husbandry or something, if I'm not mistaken, like a father or something like that. Well, how does he be a father, taking care of his family, making sure that everything's good? It's not just father. No, it's your actions that show that you're a father.
Yeah, it's like farming. Husbandry is pretty much like farming. You tend to the farm, the sheep, the livestock, make sure things is in order and ran right.
Yeah, that's right, bro. You got these males and females.
Yep.
Pretty rarely you have actual men and women, and especially a lot of these women, they're so infantile mentally, like they're so low level. It's like, does this bitch even know how to wipe her ass?
Yeah, if you got multiple kids, the mother is pretty much like the older sister.
Yeah, she just there, she just in the mix. She can't do nothing. She doesn't even know how to take care of herself. How can she take and tend to children? And then what happens? And we saw that we saw one example. We had two examples. The one where she stabbed him. The little boy is still critical condition. See, the Lord had mercy on him, but the daughter died. And then another one where the children were just roughshod running around. I'm sure there was some fatherless situation there, because how the hell did they have a hold of a gun doing all this shit? Even though the little girl did have a father, but on the perpetrator side, where the hell was his parents? Like, everything's just out of order. And if there are parents, they just don't know how to really put their foot down. And it's like, Jake is just a freaking mess out these streets, man.
Con, this Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Yep. There you got it. There it is, man. Run that back, Baba Kushar.
God. Ecclesiastes 7:26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Yep. Snares and nets. That's why, like, even conversations with women, you just be trying to have like a decent, simple conversation, and it could lead into some bitter argument because they're always snares and nets. They're always they'll flip on you in a minute. 1 minute is, oh, hey, how you doing, baby? Oh, you good? And then before you know it, oh, but you was looking at that other bitch and you was doing this and that. And before you know it, you caught in some kind of fucking snare with the bitch.
Sometimes I find myself, if I'm in a conversation with a woman, sometimes I'm not even listening. Like it's like,
yeah, right.
I just hear like rubbish. I be looking at other I be thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, some dumb shit. Like, I'm not even really listening to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you really listen to what they got to talk about, it's a bunch of nothing, man.
It's nothing. It's nothing there. Yeah, it's like, honestly, it'd be static to me. Like
I had a chick say, "Well, you don't talk to me like, yo, I can't. What I want to talk about, you can't relate. I can't talk to you about Ecclesiastes or Sirach."
Right. Mark of the beast, the Karagma. Oh, this is the Greek. This is the Hebrew. She don't care about that. She cares about where's my next meal. Can I go on a trip to wherever? Because they're all about fun.
Yeah, you know? Fun bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all the precepts I have as of now, unless y'all brothers have anything else.
No, I don't have nothing else.
So yeah, I believe the point was made. Lord's will, this was an edifying lesson. We're gonna go ahead and give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
We'll catch up on the next one. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.